Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is floral fragrances, but specifically white florals. Every fragrance that I mentioned today has something in common. They have that beautiful creamy white floral elegant essence to them. Okay, I'm talking the jasmines, maybe orange blossom, maybe lily of the valley. They are beautiful, they are elegant and very feminine fragrances. I have, let me see, I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I added a few more. I have 6 fragrances that I want to talk about that they're not identical. They smell completely different from one another, but they have the same vibe. So if you have one in your collection, you're very much prone to love the other ones that I'm going to suggest. When it comes to my collection, florals is definitely most of my collection. I love a good feminine scent, and white florals I love. They could either come off a little bit too vintagey and old, but when they're done right, they're just perfect. They're so elegant and very elevated. You can wear these to any occasion, whether it is your signature scent or for a special occasion. These fragrances are just perfect. Now I have fragrances that are quite pricey, but I also have designer fragrances in here for you guys that are easily accessible at Sephora or other retailers, and I will link every single fragrance in the description box to the best of my ability if I can find those links, and if I have any discount codes, I will definitely link it down below. If you are new to this channel, my name is Karina Waldron and we talk about all things smelling good, so please subscribe if you haven't already. We are trying to get to 100K in the next 2 months, so do yourself a favor and subscribe, join the YouTube family, and let's talk fragrances. The first one that I'm going to talk about is Rhapsody from Louis Vuitton. I am so obsessed with this scent. As soon as I tried this on the skin for the first time, it was love at first sniff, and I already have a big dent on this fragrance. Now, this was definitely a risky blind buy because this is a pretty penny, okay? But I'm so glad that I absolutely love this scent. This one is a white floral, but it's a little bit different because there are a lot of green touches to this fragrance over here. So I do get a little bit of moss in here, there's rose in here, there's lily of the valley in here also, and there is patchouli. That might sound scary to you guys, but the dry down on this is stunning. It's very upscale. It's kind of warm and sweeter in the dry down also. My skin definitely pulls on that rose, but the lily of the valley almost makes it a little bit creamy, and it's so beautiful. This can easily be something that I would wear every day as a signature scent, whether I'm going for dinner, for lunch, I'm going to a meeting. It doesn't really matter. It just smells really elegant and classy, and that anyone around you would love to smell this scent. Even though it is very classy and elegant, this fragrance is beast mode. It lasts really well on the skin and on the clothes. It's really done perfectly. It's not going to like super project, but it's going to be long lasting, and those around you are going to smell it. It's just not going to fill up a room, so not beast mode to that extent, but it's definitely going to be able to be smelled by other people around you. And again, this is more of that white floral with a little bit of this like green, almost like moss touch to it. It smells really unique. I don't have anything in my collection that smells identical to it, but it's a similar vibe to all the other fragrances that I'm going to mention, where they're very creamy and luscious and super elegant. The bottle is stunning. I love the bottle. When I saw it online, I was like, what is happening? I didn't think nothing of it, but when you get it in person, it's very artistic and very unique. It stands out very, very much in my collection. And now I have my eye on Dancing Blossom. That's another one that sounds like it smells incredible. If you can get yourself a sample first, do that, or even go into a Louis Vuitton store to try it out for yourself on the skin, let it settle, and see if it's something for you. But I am absolutely in love. Next fragrance that I have is white floral, but it's a little bit more creamy. It even like leans a little bit more tropical. There are notes of like magnolia, ylang ylang, iris in this fragrance, and I think that it's just so beautiful. It's called Rouge from Balmain, Paris. I did have a chance to smell all of them, and they have so many great fragrances. This is definitely one of my favorites. It's very feminine. It leans very much that white floral take on a fragrance. It's a little bit more mature, I want to say, but still has like this modern edge to it. So it doesn't smell super old and vintagey whatsoever. You still get like this freshness, and that ylang ylang is like just like that creaminess in this fragrance. It's really beautiful. It does have a little bit of powderiness on my skin as it starts to dry down. The opening is actually very fresh. I get a lot of that ylang ylang in there, and lily. Okay, I get a lot of that. I actually had some flowers close to me that were lilies. It smells really luscious, very bright, fresh, slightly tropical also. It's really beautiful, and it's warmer in the dry down than in the opening. The opening is a little bit more fresh and bright. The dry down kind of starts to settle down, and it becomes warmer on the skin. This is for my girlies that love a true floral fragrance that is more creamy white florals. It's so beautiful, and I love the longevity of this one. This is one that doesn't really project that much, but it lasts really well. It's a little bit closer to the skin, so if you enjoy fragrances like that, you're going to enjoy this one. It's definitely closer to the skin, but I love how Balmain has created fragrances for everyone. Like the entire collection is filled with very different fragrances, from super oody like scents to like this fresh floral feminine scent. So there's something there for everyone. The bottle is stunning. Like I just love this bottle so much. Everything about it is very much on point with the brand, and the scent profile is really there for me. I don't know if you guys have ever tried Rouge. Comment down below if you have, and if you haven't, please do yourself a favor and check it out. If you are in Toronto, they do have all of the fragrances at the Saks Fifth Avenue store, downtown Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's downtown Toronto, and you can get the chance to really smell them, play around with them, and see which one resonates with you the most. I love white floral fragrances because a lot of them just has this like very classy, elegant take to them, and this is definitely there. Next fragrance is a little bit different. Actually, it's quite different from the ones that I just mentioned. It has a lot of creaminess. It almost runs more gourmand floral in a way, but it definitely has that creaminess from like a white floral tone. This is Rolling in Love from Killian, and it is beautiful. I find that this is so underrated. I'm surprised not more people talk about this fragrance. This is what I call a romantic scent. It is very feminine, very luscious, a little sweet, a little decadent, and it just smells absolutely beautiful on the skin. All on its own, it's perfect, but you could definitely layer this with like Love Don't Be Shy if you just want to create something a little bit more unique. There is almond in here, there's white florals, there's iris in here, vanilla of course is in here. So it really does have this like luscious take to a fragrance, and even when you spray this on the skin, you can see like the oil residue. It's just like so luscious and creamy. When it comes to the white florals in this fragrance, I get a lot of that tube rose in the dry down, and it's more of like that modern fresh bubblegummy tube rose mixed in with all the other notes. It just creates this really beautiful scent profile that is quite irresistible. This is a fragrance that I love to wear on date night. I love to wear this on date night because it just gives you that romance, you know, going out to dinner with your hubby or with your significant other. That's this fragrance right over here. I mean, the title really tells you what this is all about, and also the bottle. It is one that is a little bit closer to the skin compared to other fragrances that I've mentioned. It's not going to be extreme beast mode where everyone's going to smell you, but you can absolutely overspray this one if that's what you're trying to achieve, but it is more of a closer to the skin type of scent. Fragrance is super hyped, or was super hyped. I haven't been hearing a ton of people talk about it lately, but I want to say 2 years ago this was nowhere to be found because it was sold out everywhere. This is Rouge Malakit from Armani. This is the Privé line. First of all, the bottle always gets me. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's so luxurious, very unique. I love that they put it in this red bottle. Now, when it comes to the scent of this fragrance, it's very much tuberose heavy, okay? You get a lot of tuberose, a lot of jasmine in here, but it's kind of fresh and bright and bubblegummy. Like, there's a bit of sweetness in this fragrance from all the floral notes, but this to me smells a little bit more mature, okay? I know some people classify this fragrance as very sexy and perfect for date night, but for me, this is a fragrance that's actually really elegant. This is something that you could wear to the office, you could wear for a meeting, you could wear literally as your signature scent, like day-to-day wear. This is what I would go for. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing too complex in a way, but it is a really beautiful jasmine forward fragrance and tuberose, okay? Those are the main two floral notes that I get on my nose, and they're done really well. I just want to point out that they smell a little bit more mature to me, and I don't hear a lot of people describing it in that way, but that's how my nose picks it up. When you spray this fragrance, it's a little spicy, okay? There's like this pepperiness to the scent, and it's slightly like aromatic also, but as it starts to dry down, you're definitely gonna get more of that tuberose, okay? You're gonna get a heavy dose of tuberose, and that is going to stay with you for the entire duration of this fragrance. Right now, it's fresh, it's bright, it's spicy, like peppery spicy, but you're gonna get that tuberose, which to me is like a brighter tuberose, and I'm definitely getting the jasmine. It's coming through on the paper. When it dries down on the skin, it's kind of creamy and luscious. There is cashmere in here too, which provides really nice texture to this fragrance. But this is going to be your tuberose and jasmine heavy scent. So if those are your perfect scent profiles, or you just love those floral notes, you're not going to be disappointed with this fragrance whatsoever. It smells great on its own. I do love to layer this with the vanilla, say vanilla 28 from Kayali. I find that it just brings a little bit more warmth and sweetness to this fragrance and makes it a little bit more sensual rather than just a little I want to say professional, because that's the way I perceive this fragrance. But it is gorgeous, it's long lasting, it's not beast mode, it is closer to the skin, but I do find that it lasts really well. But another fragrance that I want to talk about that is very similar to that one, and I actually prefer this scent more, and it's a designer fragrance that is affordable. So this one is the Only One Intense by Dolce & Gabbana. When I first sprayed this fragrance, it was definitely love at first sniff. They have a very similar scent profile with that jasmine and tuberose note that I get in my nose, but this one just smells a little bit more fresh. It smells a little bit more modern and youthful. That's the word that I'm looking for. You do get some vanilla in here that is very creamy in the dry down. This also has the the cashmere in here, and it's like creamy and silky, but this is a little sweeter. This is a little bit more, almost like more crowd pleasing. Like, people will love this one, and again, it's a little bit more youthful. So very similar scent profile when you smell these two close together. I just want to say that this one, to me personally, smells a little bit more vintagey, a little bit older, a little bit more professional, while this is a little bit slightly more playful and a little bit more youthful. But honestly, they're very similar. I do want to say that the Only One Intense has neroli in here, and I feel like it really brings some like freshness to the fragrance that this one doesn't have. It's lacking in here, but they're so similar. You don't need both. You can get this one. I mean, some people would just love this one because it's very tuberose heavy, whereas this one has a little bit more going on in here. It's more fresh, it's a little bit more sweet. So there are differences to them, but the vibe is very similar. The next fragrance that I'm going to mention is new to my collection, and I absolutely love this one. Like, I am so glad that I got this. This is from Bulgari, and it's Baciami or Baciami. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You guys can let me know in the comment section, but this is a gorgeous white floral fragrance. Okay, there's gardenia, there's vanilla in here. It's just so delicious, warm, cozy, and all of the above. I love the bottle. It is absolutely stunning and unique. It looks like a candy wrapper to me. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me go ahead and spray this one. So this is very creamy to me. It comes off a little bit lactonic, the way that it dries down. Oh my God. And as it starts to dry down, you're going to get some sweetness. You're going to get some warmth. I believe there's amber in the dry down. And it's just such a simple fragrance, but something about it is just so luscious, so addictive. And it just like, ooh, awakens your senses. This is a great date night fragrance. I do feel like there's some sexiness to this scent. And it's definitely coming from that vanilla and amber intertwined together. The gardenia just provides this like beautiful sweetness and almost like a bit of a dirty vibe to this fragrance, because gardenia sometimes comes off a little animalic. It's sweet, it's bright, it's florally, but something about it has this like dirty tone to it. Is that just me? Comment down below, let me know. But I get that in gardenia, and I'm very much getting that in this fragrance. It is just so gorgeous. This is really, really feminine, very feminine, classy, but like a little sexy at the same time. So you can absolutely wear this as a signature scent. If that is your vibe, girl, wear it. I love this for date nights. It doesn't matter if it's date nights or even like a lunch date with the hubby. I will wear this one because it's not too much where it has to be worn in the evening. Actually, I will say that I can wear this during the day. I just like to be a little bit more dressed up. Okay, I like to go somewhere when I'm wearing this one as opposed to wearing it casually or just being around the house. I really like it when I'm dressed up, my hair is done, makeup's done, and then I put this on and it's like the cherry on top. It's absolutely beautiful. I've worn this on its own, but layered with a cherry fragrance. I just said cherry and it reminded me. Layer this with a cherry forward fragrance, taking it to the next level. Okay, if you have Tom Ford Lost Cherry, if you have Burning Cherry from Kayali, there's other cherry fragrances that can come to mind, but I can't remember them right now. Just layer it with a cherry fragrance that is deeper and darker, okay, warmer, not like a bright fresh cherry fragrance, something that's a little bit more seductive. It will take this one to another level, and then it will become a very much evening date night type of fragrance. This is a fragrance that is not super beast mode, unfortunately, but it is long lasting, and I overspray so it becomes beast mode. I'm layering it with my body oils and body butters, and then it becomes very much a beast mode fragrance. You can also get the fragrance oil from Brown Sugar Babe. They just came out with one that is inspired by this fragrance. So if you want to amplify it, do the oil and then the fragrance, and I'm telling you that scent is going to last literally forever. And then the very last fragrance that I'm going to talk about is one that I've been talking about since it launched. It is one of my favorites from the brand. It is so sexy and feminine, and it's a little bit playful at the same time. This is Givenchy's Lint Rouge, and it's absolutely stunning. But the opening is quite spicy and bright. Okay, there's ginger and I think blood orange in here when you first open up this fragrance, which is just wild. It takes you a little bit on a roller coaster, and then you're going to get those beautiful floral notes. The dry down does have patchouli, but it's not heavy. Oh my God. Yes, I get the ginger, the blood orange. I'm not really getting too much of it, but there is like this slightly bitterness. So I'm assuming I'm getting it from that in the opening, but then you get the floral notes, and they're bright, they're fresh, they're modern. Nothing about this smells old at all. It smells so modern. Like, it has a scent profile that like will last a really long time. And even though there is patchouli in here, don't worry, it's not heavy. It's not going to take over the fragrance as it starts to dry down. It actually is quite soft. I think there might be sandalwood also, which just provides a little bit of texture and depth and makes this a little bit more long lasting, as opposed to it just being like a straight up white floral fragrance. There's some complexity to it, which I love. But I would say if you've never tried this fragrance and you love white florals that are creamy and luscious but fresh and modern, definitely give this one a try. Out of all of the range of Lint Rouge, this is probably my favorite. I actually do really like the intense one too. It's a little bit more spicy and deep, but this one just has this like this like playfulness to it that you can wear over and over again, and it just smells great. This is a fragrance that I get a ton of compliments on when I wear it, and it's one that I don't really layer. I actually love wearing this one all on its own because it's quite perfect in my eyes. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. If you guys want to see more of this style of video where I talk about top 5 fragrances or top 10 fragrances that have a very similar vibe and tone to them, but they all smell different, let me know down below what fragrance you want me to find that smells the same to other or similar to other ones that I may have in my collection. Comment that down below. I love this series. I love a good jasmine and tuberose fragrance, so I definitely have a lot of variety of it in my collection. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and share, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao!